Hi, everybody. This is Arkady Frekhtman. I'm a New York City personal injury trial attorney. And today I wanted to talk about an interesting learning experience, right? Something that you can learn as a viewer. And actually, I got these two lessons, and I believe both are lessons that my viewers, my YouTube audience, can learn. And these are lessons that I kind of saw from doing consultations, because in some of my videos, whether it's the last week tonight where I read your comments and I answer your questions, or the lives, we have a lot of really good, insightful questions. And in response to some of the questions, I say, text me, 347-566-9595. That's my number. And people do text me, and sometimes I get on calls. And when I get on calls with people, I learn a little bit about their case, their story. And so two particular individuals I thought had really interesting lessons, and they're lessons not only in law, in how to handle a case and how to make decisions about your case, in how to hire the right lawyer, but they're also maybe lessons in psychology. It could be client psychology or even human psychology. I don't know, I'm not a psychologist, but it's just interesting. So let me get into it. So the first call was a gentleman out in California, and he was involved in a truck accident. And so he needed a lawyer, and he had a lawyer, and I kind of looked up his lawyer, and I kind of saw that it seemed like it was one of these billboard lawyers, right? The lawyers that kind of just advertise, but they're not necessarily the lawyers that go to trial or get verdicts. And so, I didn't really know his lawyer, but he was really interested in getting a consultation with somebody local, and I believe he was near Los Angeles, Los Angeles area. So I contacted an attorney who actually teaches a class, and he teaches other lawyers, and he is a really good trial lawyer. He's had verdicts for 8 million, 12 million, 15 million, and he teaches other lawyers. And I was actually in his class a few years ago, and the class was about improv for trial, improvisation, improv skills. So he's a former theater person. And so then the client had a serious injury. He had a few spinal fusions. He's going to need, I think, two, a cervical spinal fusion and a lumbar spinal fusion. So then the lawyer went to his house and everything. And the lawyer that I recommended, he actually said that the lawyer that this client had before is not even a lawyer. It's just like one of these marketing companies owned by a lawyer, but the lawyer doesn't even do anything, right? He could be on a beach somewhere in Florida or Caribbean or whatever. He could be in China or Mars for all you care. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't do any work. And what he does is he just markets. He puts these billboards up and different advertisements on Facebook and Instagram and wherever, landing pages. And he gets cases, and then other lawyers subscribe to a network, and they pay, and whoever pays more, I guess, here's a good case, you pay me $1,000, oh, you're going to give me $2,000. It's like a bidding war, and then whoever pays him more gets the case. And this particular client, his case was being handled by some rather new lawyer, and the new lawyer was only maybe, 27 years old, just got his license, And it was a really complicated case, because originally I had thought that he was hurt by being hit by a cargo. And, I thought, okay, that's a slam dunk case, because if he's just a pedestrian and he gets hit with the cargo and he has these fusions, that's a pretty much a slam dunk case, because, he has these really serious injuries, and, obviously a big heavy cargo hits the person. But then I learned later that's not what happened. He was in a tractor trailer sitting there, and you know how a tractor trailer has metal all around. It's the tractor, and then the trailer is behind it, and he was in some kind of loading dock, and then the cargo actually hit the side, kind of the corner of the tractor where he's sitting, the corner. And the damage was, there's some damage there, but it's not that much, right? It's just the corner, the corner, the right angle gets hit, and so the metal gets a little bit scraped and a little bit pushed in. And so what could have happened to him if he's sitting inside? He's not even moving. Probably the entire cab where he's sitting, the tractor, got shaken a bit. But now he's gotten two fusions from that. So the defendants are going to argue that there's no causation, right? They're going to say that, wait a minute, how did that cause the need for two fusions? So now you're going to have a battle. You're going to need a biomechanical expert. You're going to need to take it to trial and know how to prepare a biomechanical expert for a deposition, for trial, cross-examination. A 27-year-old lawyer who just got his license like a few weeks ago, there's no way they're going to be able to do that. But the reason I tell you the story is because in the end, we waited, and the guy was thinking. He was a really nice guy. I really like him. I wish him the best. I wish, that's my goal. My goal is to get clients justice, passionate justice, because I love what I do. But like, he decided to stay with this lawyer, from this marketing company that got him this young kid. And, it's fine. I can't, you can only lead a horse to water. You can't make them drink, right? It's fine. Like, I'm not like thinking about my own self-interest. I have plenty of cases. I'm probably too busy as it is. And I wouldn't probably handle it anyway, right? Because I'm in New York, this is in California. And the other lawyer, he's very busy. He's got like I said, 20 million, 15 million. He's got so many cases. And he actually said, you know what, maybe it's for the best, because that's a tough case. I don't even know if I could win the case. And then meanwhile, the client's going with this young kid, from this marketing company. So it's just like an interesting thing. Like, why are people doing that? Why are people, it's like a self-sabotage? Like, why are people doing that? Is it a loyalty that they feel to the existing lawyer? It could be. Tell me what you think. I'm just curious, from a psychology, but I don't think it's necessarily the best thing for the client, And again, like, I'm not in the business of taking cases from other lawyers. I hate doing that. I actually like fresh cases. I like when people call me and they say, I don't like it, but I like the cases where people actually got injured recently, like a day ago, a week ago, so I could do everything right from the beginning. I could build it up the right way. I could structure it the right way, and then it becomes a real good case. So that's the first story. Now, the second story is even more interesting. Listen to this story. This is a family, and I forget the state they're in, or maybe it might be a Kansas City area, a family. And they call me, and I speak to the family, and it's a clear-cut case. I believe it was like a rear end, and the defendant apparently has a company or has a lot of millions and millions in insurance. And the lady, unfortunately, has a brain injury, and it's a pretty serious brain injury. And the lawyer they have handling it, they also have a lawyer, unfortunately. Like I said, I prefer to get the cases fresh. But, a lot of people that watch this channel, maybe they have lawyers, maybe you have a lawyer already, because, you have a lawyer, you have a case. That's why you're interested in this type of content, because I'm talking about civil justice, civil litigation, cases, all types, right? So anyway, so she has a lawyer, and the lawyer is like some kind of, maybe it's a family friend, but the lawyer is like one of these jack of all trades, because he's handling this brain injury case. And, he's not sending the client for any brain injury workup. There's no neuropsychologist. There's no neurologist to quarterback the care, or a physical medicine doctor to quarterback the care. There's no neuroradiology where you would do like diffuse tensor imaging, susceptibility weighted imaging, 3T MRI, anything like that, right? I don't even know if she did an EEG. It's very, very basic. The guy's just kind of like handling it as another claim, as you would a little soft tissue case, right? So he's not handling it the right way. And he's not sending her, like I said, for more care. The other thing he's not doing is he's not looking into the coverage, right? So there's $1 million, but there's probably excess and umbrella, because I believe it was a tractor trailer that hit her as well. But he's not finding out. He's not asking if there is excess and umbrella. So now it's like a mistake on both sides. It's a mistake on the client's side, right? Because the client should be getting a workup, a medical workup that they're not getting, and it's their brain, so it's horrible that they're not getting it. And on the flip side, there's the issue of not even knowing how much insurance there is, but because there's probably a lot more. But to compound all that, the client's family, I believe it was I talked to both the wife and the husband, and they say that the real thing that they're concerned about, the real issue they're having, is that they really are in a desperate time right now. They really need this case to pay them as much money as possible. It's really important for them. And yet, again, they just decide to stay with this lawyer. And this lawyer, he's like a jack of all trades. He doesn't have any experience handling traumatic brain injury. And he's also representing them for some other case, like when they bought a house and some of the, the furniture was bad, or some small case is worth a few $1,000s, like $10,000, $20,000, whatever it is. He's representing them for that. So So that's fine. Let him represent you for that. But the issue with having somebody like that represent you for a traumatic brain injury, you need to have these tests, right? Like, for example, diffuse tensor imaging. If you don't know how to even present that in court, you have to be able to do scientific reliability hearings, like a Daubert or a Fry hearing. And we have, like, for example, evidence from all over the country, and there's like 900 decisions of where the diffuse tensor imaging is approved by courts as evidence admitted and where it has been denied. And a lawyer like doesn't even handle TBI is not going to know how to do that, right? So it's such a subspecialty. It's such a niche specialty that, you know, and I actually did research because in the beginning, the client said that they were interested in, you know, finding a traumatic brain injury lawyer. So I went to the American Association of Justice, the Traumatic Brain Injury Litigation Group, and I actually did a deep dive. And I found like a few, I think there's only like one traumatic brain injury specialist in their city. I believe it was Kansas City. And, you know, they were willing to maybe look at the case. But then the client said, no, we don't want, we want to stay with it. So that's fine. Like, you know, again, like I'm not in the business of taking cases from other lawyers, but it's just mind boggling because like you have this case that's really, really complicated and you finally can find somebody who could actually win the case, probably get, like if it's $1 million with $5 million next, probably get you $6 million or maybe more. But you want to just stay with a claims lawyer that's going to get an offer of like $20,000 and you're the one who's saying you need money. It just doesn't make sense. But, you know, again, like, I don't know. I can only lead the horse to water. I can't make them drink. But it's fine. It's not like, I'm not saying it in terms of like, I'm losing something because, you know, I'm fine. I'm too busy as it is. And this week I got a little bit of a cold too. So I'm overcoming the cold. I should be better hopefully by tomorrow. Maybe I could do a live for you guys as well once I'm better. But you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's a question of like psychology. What are people thinking? How are they thinking? And then they were so happy to speak to me. They go, well, we're so happy just to speak to you because we're speaking to a YouTube celebrity. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not like, what am I, you know, I'm not trying to be a YouTube celebrity. That's not my goal. My goal is truly help serious injury victims and families. My goal is to help you. Look, you have a $6-7 million case. I could get you the $7 million, but you're saying no, and you're going to stay with this guy. Okay, I mean, whatever. It's fine if that's what you want, but there's no way. I mean, like the chances of somebody like that who's handling, you know, different stuff like real estate, divorce, it's like Better Call Saul. The chances of that guy getting $7 million on a traumatic brain injury is almost like zero. I mean, maybe like maybe you could win the lottery, but like it's just unlikely. So I just don't get it. But like, you know, tell me what you think. Maybe I'm doing something wrong in these consultations. Maybe I should be a little bit more tougher with them. I don't know. I'm not really pushing them to do it. I'm just saying, look, if you'd like, I could give you the lawyer, and then it's ultimately up to them. I can't really push them, right? I can't tell them what to do. But like this is just interesting to me, like, you know. So, but I guess the whole point of this video is those two things. Like number one, like with the first case, right? It's going to be the issue of causation, biomechanical engineers, you know, proving that impact to the right angle of the tractor of the cab was a substantial factor in bringing about all these injuries. And whether like a 28-year-old kid who just got licensed is able to do that. And in the second case, first of all, not even getting the right care, but even if you got the right care, do you know how to get it into evidence? Do you know how to do Fry hearings, Daubert hearings, you know, scientific reliability, direct and cross-examination of, you know, experts. I don't believe this lawyer has any experience in traumatic brain injury, and it's very, very complicated, very, very complicated. So how are they going to do it? They're probably, unfortunately, not, you know, so it's going to be settled for less. So, but then, by then, you know, if it happens later, oh yeah, then the first guy says, maybe I'll hire you later. But remember, like, you can't really do that either because, like, now the first case is pretty, you know, I forget the second case, honestly, maybe it's a little older, but it's also fairly new. But the first case with the tractor trailer where he was sitting in the cab, it just happened like, you know, a few months ago. So now is actually, and the first lawyer hasn't even filed a lawsuit, nothing. I believe the second case, they haven't filed a lawsuit either. But anyway, but the point is, like, now is a good time, right? Because you could get this new expert to file a lawsuit to do everything like for you, almost like from the beginning. But the guy's saying like, maybe later I'll switch. But no, you can't really do that because now it's too late. You've had depositions, everything's been done. It can't be undone. It's like saying, you know, I'm going to cook this steak, but if I don't like it, if it's well done, then I want to make it medium rare. But you can't, right? It's already well done. There's no way to make it medium rare. You can't really change it like later, and I don't think anyone's going to get involved. So, so it's like food for thought. Let me know what you guys think. We're here for you. Our goal is helping serious injury victims and families. Happy holidays to everyone. And yeah, we look forward to doing more videos. Let us know what videos you want to see. Like and subscribe to our channel. And these are like, just lessons. And, I have like the utmost love and respect for the clients, people that call me. I'm in no way like saying like their decision is, I think their decision is like not such a good decision, honestly, but I'm not saying like, it's fine. They're entitled to their decision. It's just, I'm just trying to understand like why and like how it's, maybe they're not ready to make the leap. Maybe they're, ready to contact me as somebody they saw on YouTube and see, hey, wait, there's a possibility, but for whatever reason, they're not willing to take the next step, which is fine. But I'm just afraid for them because it's almost like I'm a doctor, right? And I'm a surgeon and I'm a brain surgeon, and I see you have a brain tumor and I could take the brain tumor out, but you're saying, no, I don't want you to take the brain tumor out. I'm going to go to this guy. He's a chiropractor. He said he would do a massage and the massage will just pop the brain tumor out magically. Okay, good luck. But I don't think the chiropractor is going to help you with a brain tumor. I'm a brain surgeon. I could take it out. But, what can you do? You can't force them, right? You can't force them to have brain surgery. So, but it's just like a little bit upsetting because then I see that these people are not going to get the justice that they really deserve. But it is what it is, I guess. What can you do? You can't help everybody. But anyway, like and subscribe to our channel, and we are here for you. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.